Guys, you're not gonna believe this. I'm making a video, and it's not about the Sonic movie universe for the first time in 3 weeks. Oh gosh. Hey, what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, bringing you guys another video. In this video today, my hair's a little crazy right now. I'm trying to grow it out so it's not awkward face right now, so I'd like to apologize for that. But that's the point, we don't care about that. We have actual news about a Sonic the Hedgehog project, and it's actually some significant information and some really cool stuff that we were going to be talking about today. And it is in relation to Sonic Frontiers, more specifically the DLC, but not DLC Update 2 that is slated to come out in a few months around Sonic's birthday. No. This is actually in relation to the biggest update of them all, Update 3, which I think is what everybody is looking forward to the most. That is the update that'll feature a brand new story and multiple playable characters, that being Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, that we're assuming. And thanks to the very active Twitter user Morio Kishimoto, who's just been giving us a bunch of information in relation to not only Sonic Frontiers, but kind of his thought process on where the Sonic franchise is right now, what they'd like to do with it in the future. He just likes to use Twitter, and surprisingly, Sega has not taken away his phone yet. So he's actually given us some new tidbits, and we're going to be reading those today, but not exactly just reading tweets. We actually have an article here by the Sonic Stadium that's been put together, so shout out to them for putting all this info together, where he talks about the story of this new update coming out, and specifically who will be penning it. So without any further ado, let's dive into this very exciting article and then dive into all the details and what we can really take away from it. But before we get into that, I'd like to introduce today's very special sponsor. Let's go! This video is brought to you by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, they deliver fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes straight to your doorstep. Cut the hours in a grocery store searching for some food for you and your family for dinner, and count on HelloFresh to make the cooking fun, simple, easy, and most importantly, affordable. All of that is why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Whether you're extremely busy at work or school, or your family are picky eaters, HelloFresh offers such a vast variety of foods that there's so much to choose from to where everyone's going to be satisfied. You can customize meals by swapping, upgrading, or even adding proteins and sides with calorie smart or carb smart options. And even if you're not the best cook in the world or you don't know how to cook that well, there's some quick and easy step recipes that'll have your food ready in less than 30 minutes and bursting with flavor. HelloFresh sources ingredients from the farm to your doorstep in less than a week, ensuring that you always receive fresh, high quality produce. Cooking with fresh ingredients not only tastes better, but can also provide you with more nutrients and a better overall eating experience. But if you do enjoy snacking, HelloFresh has you covered with a range of snacks, sides, desserts, and more from the HelloFresh market. Simply add those to your weekly order and they'll arrive alongside your meals. So what are you waiting for? Sign up and try HelloFresh today for less stressing and more savoring meals, and get a special HelloFresh discount offer by clicking the link in the description or using my code POGHF106504 on HelloFresh.com. Thank you once again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Kishimoto confirms Ian Flynn will return for Sonic Frontiers Story DLC. Director says new content will meet everyone's expectations. So that's putting his balls on the table, really showing some confidence in this. Alright, let's dive into the meat of this now, shall we? The director of Sonic Frontiers has confirmed that contributing writer and IDW Sonic Universe author Ian Flynn will return to work on the upcoming story-based DLC for the game. Morio Kishimoto responded to fan questions on his social media accounts about the content of the third expansion pack, which will come later in 2023 following Sonic's birthday themed DLC in the summer. Of course, Ian Flynn will write it, Kishimoto wrote in Japanese, English provided by machine translation. Although Sonic Frontier has a huge amount of settings, there are so many episodes that could not be told. The Sonic team director added, now that we've decided which episode to go with, I'm sure we'll be able to meet everyone's expectations. So once again, because of that translation, you're not exactly sure what episode means or any of this necessarily, but yeah, that's still interesting nonetheless. The long-awaited story DLC for Sonic Frontiers will include new playable characters beyond Sonic for the first time in the game, heavily rumored to be Tails, Knuckles, and potentially Amy. It is assumed that the additional content will add much needed context to many of the base game's remaining mysteries and storytelling snafus. What do you need to use that word? Who the hell uses that word, Sonic Stadium? Let's be real now. Such as the meaning behind the familiar glyph symbol, as well as questions raised by the ending and post-credits sequence. Yes, we still don't really know what that sign means. What the hell does it mean? It was like the first thing that we saw from the game, and I still don't understand it. I'm sorry, maybe I'm just dumb, but yeah. Elsewhere, Kishimoto revealed the meaning behind the game's working title, Sonic Rangers. Now, this is really interesting because there's been a long-running joke in the franchise for a while now. For the longest time, we believed that the game was going to be called Sonic Rangers. It was used in multiple URLs for different websites when they're talking about this untitled Sonic game at the time when it was first revealed back in 2021 in the Sonic Central. Different leaks leaks that were proven to be true used the name Sonic Rangers. It was definitely the working title, and that has been confirmed already. But still, like, why Sonic Rangers? What about Sonic Frontiers, the game that we did receive? Why Rangers? Well, this kind of explains it. When I became director, the content of the game was changed to something completely different, but the development code name remained the same. So Rangers ended up being something completely unrelated to the content of the game, and that is the end of the article right there, but it's not the end of everything we're going to be talking about just yet. I'm so interested in seeing what the concept of Sonic Frontiers was before Sonic Frontiers became what it was. Like, how early in the development process was it? What kind of game was it? Was it always open world? Was it a 3D platformer? Was it something like an online game that we've always speculated has been in the works for some time, that either is or was in the works? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Whether that concept will spin off into something different that will come later down the line, I'm not going to waste time speculating about it because that doesn't really matter. We still have things to look forward to with Sonic Frontiers and other Sonic projects right now, so it's not really that much of a concern to me. But in response to Kishimoto revealing this information, Ian Flynn went on to tweet out this. Since it's been making the rounds, I'm back for the Sonic Frontiers DLC story. As before, the events and key details were supplied by Kishimoto-san, and my job was to flesh it out. The team is extremely hardworking and ambitious. The DLC will be truly important. Hashtag knowing smile. You sly dog, Ian Flynn, you and your knowing smile. So yes, this is big news. This is great. In my opinion, I believe that Sonic Frontiers is the best Sonic story we've received since at least Sonic Unleashed. It's up there with Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Adventure 2 as having probably the best story and the most interesting story in a Sonic game since around those. This is better, not entirely sure, but it does a great job with its characters, as an interesting plot and lore and just theme behind it. But like they say, it's definitely not finished. There's a lot of information that can definitely be fleshed out and explained, and other details that can be put into the game to just make it overall more interesting. And Ian Flynn did a great job with it. I'm so impressed and I'm so happy with what he did. I was campaigning for years for Ian Flynn to pen a Sonic game story for the longest time after his work on the Archie comics, the IDW comics. He even did some stuff for Sonic Boom on the air, which was nice. He was a consultant on Sonic Prime as well, just like being able to pick his brain. He's definitely one of the guys behind Sonic right now that has really helped the franchise and pushed it forward, and is just a great force behind it, a great storyteller, and he just understands the characters in the world and the story so well. So I'm just so happy that he's back. And I don't want him to leave unless he starts to, you know, stink up the joint, which I don't think he'll do, but if he does, you know, like, maybe let's wait time to look for someone different, but that's not the time right now. He's doing a good job and we can keep him. What will the story be about? Well, I'm assuming because of the image that was used alongside of it, it'll maybe dive more into what's going on with Sage post Sonic Frontiers story. Also, Knuckles, Tails, Amy will be the playable characters, and I want to say that they'll be a part of this DLC, or maybe that's not the case, and maybe the new story will pick up with Sonic after the game or something, and we'll just see what, if any events happened after that incident that happened with Sage. I don't want to spoil too much just in case some people haven't played the game, which if you haven't, you really should. Obviously, we can't predict what exactly the story is going to be about, but if I had to predict, it's going to feature Knuckles, Tails, Amy, maybe Sonic. We'll see what happens, but I don't expect for it to be too long, too crazy, but maybe like, you know, at least like Sonic Generations size of a game or something. I don't know. I think it'll be worth the wait. I think we'll get our money's worth, and I think there'll be some really cool features added into this. It's just like an expansion on the game. It's going to be the biggest one, the most exciting one, and I'm really excited for it, and the fact that Ian Flynn is going to be behind it, penning this, is very, very exciting. I love him. I love Ian Flynn. I'm so happy he's back. Hope he continues to do Sonic stories to come. But this is a shorter video. I don't really have too much to go into. This is really all the article had to say, all Ian Flynn had to say. Little fun little tidbits in there about Sonic Rangers as well. But this is where I pass it off to you guys and ask what you think. What do you think about Ian Flynn returning to write the Sonic Frontiers DLC story? What do you think about the game's original name of Sonic Rangers kind of being revealed as just a completely different title than what it turned out to be? And what do you hope to see in this new Sonic Frontiers story? Do you hope to see any new characters pop up? Maybe a IDW cameo or two? I know it's super unlikely, but oh my god, imagine. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow me on social media, links on my Twitter and Instagram, which is below. You can find those websites to learn my live feature content and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the #1 station on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. Like I said, this is my first time talking about something that's like not movie related in a very long time, and I apologize for that. There just hasn't been a lot of news, but you know what? It's fun. It's completely fine. I'm sure that there's going to be more news to come about some very interesting stuff, and we're approaching like May very, very soon, and around May, you know what we get, Sonic Central. So keep a lookout. I'm sure that a new Sonic Central is on the way, and of course, whenever that happens, or any piece of Sonic news happens, I'll be the first person here to break down all of the information with you, to break the news. I love you all so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Wonder what you want right now, wonder what you want right now. Used to be about it, but used to be about it, about it. Counting all my blessings and count my dollars, make it all